Hi everyone, welcome to the webinar on Leica TS01, Smart Investment for the Smart Surveyor. Leica Geosystems has been revolutionizing the world of measurement and survey for nearly 200 years. Known for premium products and innovative solution development, professionals in a diverse mix of industries trust Leica Geosystem for all their needs. With precise and accurate instruments, sophisticated software, and dependable services, Leica Geosystems is a brand within Hexagon. I would now like to introduce our speaker. We have Nitin Ghag, who is the product manager for optics. He has been with Hexagon Geosystems since December 2007 and has worked closely with private, government, and educational institutes. He has worked on some very prestigious projects like the Mumbai Monorail, Mumbai Metro, USBRL project at the Jammu and Kashmir, Rishikesh Karnaprayag Rail Link project of RVNL at Uttarakhand, and many more. Before handing it over to our speaker, I would like to mention that if at any point you would like to ask a question, please enter it in the questions box. We welcome your questions and will address them later in the presentation. If we are unable to get all of the questions in our live session, someone will reach out to you after the webinar by email. Also, just to let you know, we will be sharing the recording of this webinar after the session. Over to you, Nitin.
Thank you, Divya. Thank you for the introduction. And I would like to request you all. So, if there anything you want to ask, you just put it, as Divya said, put it into the chat box, and we will answer those queries, as well as after the session we will share this recording to you all the attendees. I think it's good to start now. So let's I hope you all are able to see me, and as well as you can see the slides actually. So this is what we have gathered here to know much more about the Leica's first total session only for the India market. Uh, as we know that we were nowhere in the low level market of the total station. There are the other Chinese competitors and all. So Leica launched this 2 years back, TS01, for the mass level or the entry level surveyor. And we have got a good response, a tremendous response from the market. And yes, we are improving more and more to give the best solution as well as the best service to our user, existing as well as the new users. So for today's meeting, we have an agenda as this. Like, let's take a glance of the what Hexagon it is, what what we are exactly, what Hexagon is basically. Then why TS01? Why we launched the TS01 and for whom? What is the idea behind it? What is the reason behind it uh, to launch the TS01? As we have already have a good market in a manual total station, automatic total station, but still there is a need of the entry level total station. So why we launched the TS01? Next, the market overview. What's the market it is exactly for the TS01, which we are targeting, and which this total station is basically for which market? Because yes, for the total station is positioned as per the market requirements. So where the TS01 stands for this market. Then product overview and the description of the TS01. What are the specifications the TS01 has? Then what we offer in a package, what the package we are offering to the customer or a end user, what includes in that package. Obviously, there would be, as a Leica, there is always a unique selling points, that is USPs. So I would discuss this USPs of Leica TS01. Then what's in a future upgrade? Uh, when we launch products, it doesn't mean that it stops at this at this point. There is always an upgradability. There is always an upgradability is possible. So we are known for the research and development. We are developing the products. Even we launch the products, we try to develop, we try to implement some good things into the existing products. So there are the futures upgrades which are coming by this, by this year or so. Then this is the most important. Why Leica TH01 is a smart investment. Uh, when we call it as a smart investment, we talk about the all the aspects, all the all the points which are beneficial for us. So let's we talk about the why TS01 is a smart investment. And yes, at the end of the session, your questions are welcome. You can drop your questions in a chat box, and you can mail me if you have so much questions about the TS01 and about their working performance and everything. You can drop me an email, which I have mentioned in the presentation. So yes, let's move to the next slide. That is, this is how it looks. This is why how my total session TS01 is look like. It has a battery compartment, it has a good screen, the special body, a very rugged special body like this. So this is what TS01 is look like in all the 360-degree direction. Let's talk about the Hexagon, what we are, how what we are in the market, how we support the total market. The Hexagon is a global leader of an information solution technology solution, which includes digital reality solutions. And it's also the combination of sensors, software, and autonomous technology to put the data to work upon. The headquarter of the Hexagon is it has Stockholm, Sweden, and we are basically technology the solution provider in a geospatial as well as in an industrial enterprise solution focus. The Hexagon has acquired so many well-known brands past over the years that we you can look at the this slides that if you see that Hexagon has acquired the Leica a long way back, then in ADAS they acquired the ADAS, then Intergraph, and in the recent times the Hexagon has acquired Lucia. This is again the geospatial based software based company that is working for the Hexagon. So now over the years, you know about the Leica over so many years, and now Leica is a part of the Hexagon. So it's only that because of the Leica is a part of Hexagon is only because we to provide the best in class solution to the customer and to make or to take the Leica as a brand value to the next level. So Hexagon is a brand is in a one roof under which this all our company has gathered together. So you can see that the hexagon is mainly divided into these two major groups, that is hexagon geospatial and hexagon safety and infrastructure. We have more than 20,000 employees, which are working in 15 countries all over the world, and we serve the wide range of industries. We serve the wide range of industries like in a geospatial, or it's in a safety and infrastructure. It was a public safety, a utility segment. Uh, so this all the segments have been reached by the Hexagon. R&D focus. We are focused on the R&D. You know that Leica is known for the innovation. Whatever is good is happening, what is the best is happening, is all are invented by the Leica. Either it's in a world's first theodolite, or it's the world's first total session with the theodolite with the EDM, world's first tilting rover, world's first autolite rotor session. These all as the innovations happen only in a Leica because we invest 10 to 12% of our net sales in R&D, and more than 3,800 brains are working for this R&D departments. And we have the more than 3,700 active patents which are named on the Hexagon, and that's why we are the most R&D focused company. We have a strong financials, like the sales is around more than 3.8 billion euros over the year, every year, and we are improving ourselves. We are increasing the sales at least by the 7 to 10% in every year. So this is how we are the Hexagon. Just we are focusing on the second part of the Hexagon, that is Hexagon safety infrastructure, that we with the combining sensors of the total session with the combining of the software, we provides the hexagon safety and infrastructure solution. I want to give the small brief about the other companies like AirDAS. ADAS, you have heard the name. That ADAS is a global leader in a software solution for the image processing and remote sensing. And Intergraph is again the most famous and leading geospatial solution. It has several software portfolio for utility segments, like a GeoMedia Professional is one of the flagship. Luciad, we acquired this very in a recent times. It supports the software platform for the Hexagon Geospatial. So Hexagon is basically, we can say, the one-stop or the one-roof solution provider for all kinds of geospatial and this safety and infrastructure solution with the help of hardware or the sensors, software, and as well as the cloud-based services. So this, whatever you are, what's the market is a surveying market, geospatial markets, public safety markets, all are supported by the Hexagon. If we talk about the Hexagon in India, we have a presence all over the India. We have offices in 14 cities, and our head office is in Gurgaon, and we have the regional offices in West Zone, East, South, and Hyderabad zone. R&D center, we have established the R&D center in Hyderabad and Pune, and over 2,000 employees are working in all the 14 cities and some regional based offices for Hexagon India. The most important part for the team is we have a strong team of sales, the strong team of technicals, development, and techno-commercial experts who are working day and night to serve our customers, to give the best value of the instrument, to give the best value for the software, so that the customer will take the more and more benefits from this. It's not only that we are the only supplier of the hardware and we are supplier of the software. This is your hardware and you do your surveying job. No, not like that. We are giving you from the starting zero to the infinity levels to support all these steps. Every step we support the customer, either is in the sensors or either software or any kind of solutions we provide. So we have an office is all over the 14 cities. Yes, we have another service center in five major cities like uh, Gurgaon, Hyderabad, Kolkata, Mumbai, and Chennai. So these are all the ISO service centers, and you will get the best service and support from this all the entire network. The second agenda for the TS01, why TS01 and for whom? Yes, TS01 was launched in, for India and the subcontinent, and it is recognized the need for the basic protectation because there is a market who has a tremendous opportunity and a tremendous requirement of the total station, but they are restricted with the budget, but they are okay with the features, they are okay with the functionality. But Leica as a brand value, we don't compromise on the features, we don't compromise on the reliability and the quality. So we are giving you the best product as budgetary product in the future class features and also the reliable and the quality product. The product shall have all the brand specifications of, you will get the full support in a technically as well as in a service point of view under the one roof, that is Hexagon. So Hexagon supports the entire dealer network and the entire end users from the day one to the age of the unlimited life of the life of the total station or the life of the instruments. TS01 is mainly targeting the entry level serving or service provider, the like, and also the government sectors like PWD, forest, where uh, where the budgetary, or you can say the minimum applications are required, or the limited applications are required. So these are the main markets which are targeted by the TH01. It is good for the education institute like the TVT degree diploma colleges, where students will have the hands-on the instruments and will get the idea about the performance of the total session, because uh, when they come out from the institute, they are asking for the whether they have used the total session or not. And yes, This total session will give you a good idea and a good hands-on training during their educational years. TS01 is become the ideal surveying tool for all kind of users who are looking for the accurate measurements and the hassle-free operation. Because yes, Leica is known for the accuracy, and we have received a good feedbacks from the customers or end users that we are getting the good and accurate results of the measurements, and the workflow is quite hassle-free, and they are happy to use it. There's nothing in very tedious workflow. It's quite very user-friendly total station. And because of the TS01, it ends the dire need of the low level market where the Leica did not stand in the low level market. But with the TS01, we have captured almost more than 20% markets in 2022. And yes, we are growing and we are targeting more than 50% market for this 2023. And yes, with this like a brand value and the cost effectiveness, we are definitely with the help of the end users, with the help of the reliability and the quality of the product, we are looking forward to get more and more, uh, penetration in the low level market. So overall, the Leica is the most cost effective total station for the mass level, or you can say the entry level surveying market. This is what the market view that I have discussed. Yes, this is for the surveyor who have a very limited staff, uh, who has a budget constraint, who don't want to spend much money about on the photo station or the purchase, and he is looking for the very cost-saving photo station. But at the same time, he is looking for the most reliable photo station. And yes, as a reliable brand, if you say the Leica or the Hexagon is the most reliable brand in the world. So without any second thought, you can rely on the reliability. You can rely on the total station of the TS01. For the entry level surveyor who are looking for the day-to-day surveyor, this is ideal for them. And those who are looking particularly for the support after sale. We are not like that. As I said, we are not here only use I we sell the total station to you and then we forget about it. No, we are giving the full support of after sale by giving the servicing, by providing you the some future upgrades to the customer and the end user so that they can work more potentially, more accurately, and will take the more and more benefits of the total session. So that's those customers who are particularly looking for the support after sales. This TS01 is a solution for them. And yes, for the government sectors like PWD, Forest, and DBT, this is TS01 is ideal for them, and also the civil engineering, building construction site, which they require some points on every day for the marking or the layout marking and all. This total session is really help them out to give you more and more benefits. Let's take a look on the product description. It's a small description of the this is the brief description of the product, like angular accuracy. This is a one of the important part of the total session. When you describe the total session, you ask for the what the accuracy of the total session. And yes, it has a basic accuracy of the 5-second angular accuracy. The range with the prism is 3000 meter, but it gives an accuracy of 2 mm plus 2 ppm with a quick mode of 1.1 second. That means you will get the measurement in 1.1 second at the accuracy of the 2 mm plus 2 ppm. That is good because Leica is known for the best EDM features. And yes, that Leica TS01 has the best EDM board in the market, and it provides a 2 mm accuracy within the 1 second of measurement time. The non-prism range goes to 500 meter with accuracy of 3 mm. And again, it's very quick, 1.1 second. For the data export, you can use the USB host, you can use the USB port, pen drive port for the data export and import. It has an ingress protection of IP55. That is good enough for the work and the entire any any kind of environmental condition, you can work with the TS01. Magnification is 28 zooming, and yes, the reticle illumination inside the telescope is adjustable. As suppose you are working at night, you can illuminate the screen and the screen is visible. But when you look at the prism, you cannot find the crosshair inside the telescope. But with the help of reticular illumination, the adjustable reticular illumination, that is, you can illuminate the light inside the telescope with the five reticular level. And with the help of that, the crosshair will be easily visible. And you have to put the torch on a prism, or the prism man will put the torch on the prism, and the prism is visible. And with the help of reticle illumination, the crosshair is visible. So at the night condition and at the dark condition, you can easily take the measurements and the accurate reading. So that is available in a TS01. It has a full numeric keyboard with the black and white display and with the illumination. So with the numeric keyboard, that alphanumeric keyboard, you can say you can easily input, text, numbers, symbols. You can easily input on that, and it helps you to do the work faster, work better, and it's avoid the mistakes. So with the help of alphanumeric keyboard, you can do that. The storage, when we talk about the point memory, the point storage is 50,000 points. Please remember that this is a point storage. This is not a data block. The Leica TS01 does not work on the data block. It has a point memory. So if we talk about the data blocks, if there are 20,000 or 40,000 data blocks, then there will be chances that it will take almost two-thirds of the points memory. But when we talk about the point storage, it saves same amount of points, that is 50,000 points in a memory. So it has a 50,000 points memory. The total session incorporate with the field integrated software with the application like surveying, stakeout, reference line, road, or we can say tie distance. So these are the applications are uh, installed in the total station TS01. The licensing, you don't need to update the software or apps. These are free of charge. There is a no optional program. The no license keys needs to be loaded. All the programs are come by default in the total station. The data import and export, as I said, it is available via USB stick. You can simply insert the pen drive into the total session and export the data in ASCII or IDX format. These are formats which you use to export the data. Language is by default English. You cannot change the language. That's it. The language is always in English language. RTO's operating system, basically, this is like the Linux or these are some DOS-based operating system. But RTOs is in a definitely a higher, or we can say the more advanced than Linux, because RTOs has a real-time buffering happening at the background. So there is no delay in the switching. Suppose you are switching from application to setting, so you will not feel the delay in that between, because it is based in it has an RTOS operating system. It has a less buffering time compared to the Linux, so you can see the you know quick toggling between the one function to another. So that is an advantage of the RTOS operating system over the Linux and DOS based operating system. A small product view, yes, it is having the basic field software. It has a keyboard and display unit with the illumination at the background. The pixel value is 240 to 180, 128, sorry. And it has a one single phase, the keyboard and display mounted on a phase one. There is no option of the hardware or software. All the hardware features, hardware function, or the application programs are come by default. You don't need to install the license keys to update any software or any application program. Angular accuracy, non-prism, prism range, we have discussed. Drives, Yes, it has an horizontal as well as a vertical drives. Both are having the coarse and the fine. Or we can say there has a clamp over it. You can lock it, horizontal and vertical drive, and still you can do the fine movement in both the drives, horizontal and vertical. So there is a clamping, or the clamping is available, or you can say the tangent screws are there in TS01. Data exchange, as I said, with that USB host and USB port, pen drive. The good thing is that the battery power. We supplied a GEB264, the lithium ion battery, which has an operating time of 24 hours, a single battery. This single battery, you can charge up to 2.5 hours and it will give the backup of 24 hours. The IP55 protection, yes, it has a protected with the IP55. The operating temperature is minus 20 to 60 degree. You can work with the TS01 under this range of operating temperature. Suppose your temperature goes beyond the 50 degree also. So still you can achieve the accuracy of the 2 mm in a prism mode and 3 mm in non-prism mode. So there is a no effect of the total effects of the temperature over the performance of the total station. The next topic is what's in a package in a TS01. As I said, we really believe in an accuracy. We really believe in a accurate measurement. Leica is known for the accuracy. So to get the accurate results, it's not only depend only on the total station. It's not only dependent upon your instrument. These accessories have also played a vital role, a very important role to give the best result or the accurate result. So we have a sales package. We have a sales package of the total station and it's all these accessories. These accessories are same as per the pictures shown in the slides. We do not give any local in the package. We uh, we really believe that to achieve the most accurate results, you should have the OEM accessories or the most professional accessories. The sales package includes the one GB264 battery, lithium ion battery, along with the charger of GKL264. The total station has a base mount, or you can say the tri badge, that is GDF301, and you can mount a total station on the very reliable tripod, that is GST101. This is a wooden tripod. It has a strap, so you can carry the tripod over from one point to another, and it has a polymer. It has a coating, so because of the humidity or any moisture, it won't be affected. So this is a very good tripod, GST101. Along with that, for the measurement, with the prism, we give you the GPR 111 circular prism, the round prism, along with the GLS11 reflector pole. These are the aluminium pole with the minimum height of 1.3 meter, and you can extend the height of the pole up to 2.15 meter. Yes, there are the graduations of the 5 centimeter graduation, so you can fix the prism height, put this prism height into the total station if you have a work of the contouring or the level work. So this height you can input into the total station. So these are the most reliable and the professional accessories which are required to give the best in class results at the site. If you talk about the unique selling point, USPs of the total station, yes, we have user-friendly and very cost-effective total station. Leica is known for the user-friendliness. The legacy is started, from the TPS 300 and TPS 400, which becomes the masterpiece in the market of the total station. Then 1200. Then after that, we goes to the flex line TS0206, and now we have a TS0307, TS10, TS16 in the motorized section. So this user friendliness or the cost effective friendliness is still you can find in the TS01. If you see the workflow is a very user friendly, and we are improving more on the user friendliness that I will show you in the next slide. It has a very fast and powerful EDM board. This EDM board will give you the speedy measurements, as I said, to get the 2.2 mm of accuracy, the measurements time is almost 1.1 or 1.4 second, which is every single measurement you will have to spend only 1 second. So this is very fast and powerful EDM board. Operating time, that is a good USP of the single battery. You can take the single battery and you can work at least for the 2 days or the 3 days with the single battery. Here I want to point that should not charge the battery over the period unless if it gets full discharge, then only you should charge to increase the life of the battery, because it's a lithium ion battery. Yes, you are getting the good benefits, you are getting the value of the battery, but for the same time you have to take the precautions of this battery. So you should not charge over every period of cycle. Once it get discharged, then only charge the battery. Then the instrument has the backlight and the reticle illumination, which will help the surveyor to work under night conditions or the dark conditions. So as I am explaining about the reticle illumination, this is the illumination present in the telescope view, where you can easily see the crosshair of the telescope and take the measurement. We provide the OEM accessories. As in my last slide, I push it on that point that if you want the best and accurate result, yes, you should have the OEM accessories. Then this is the most equipped. This is what the surveyor are looking for. Surveyor nowadays not looking for only for the product or only for the instrument. We always looking for the support after the sale. Obviously, when you buy any mobile phone or any car or something like that, you always look upon that whether I am getting this, whether I will get the service or not. Because whatever, if it is a car, if it is home or anything, or if it is car, or you can say if it is on a mobile, you at least look upon that it should work. At mobile, it's okay for the 2 3 years, but for the car, you at least look upon that it should work for the, at least for the 10 years. So for that matter, you always look upon the whether we are getting the good support network for the servicing or not. And here is the answer for you, that Hexagon is the one group where we do the best in class servicing. We have a highly equipped service and support network with highly qualified service engineer, highly qualified technical support team to provide the best in class support to the end user and the customer. So we have already proven that we are the after sales organizations right from the beginning of the 400 series of the total station, and now we are in a TS10s of the manual total station. We have proven that, and the same is applicable for the TS01. Either if you buy from the any of the our distributor partner, any of the dealers, you will get the servicing from the Hexagon service support network. So that is the USB of the Leica TS01. When we when you want to study the more and more about the total session, what you have on a data sheet. You need some user manuals. So these are the material available on site. That's link is in this below. Link is mentioned in this slide. So with the data sheet, you can see the specification of the total session. What are the features of the total session? In equipment list, you can find out what are the accessories are can be provided with the TS01. Yes, the TS01 has been positioned as per the market. So your accessories are also as per the position for the market. Because even if you have a good professional accessory, that's professional accessories you can find out in the equipment list. So this is available on the website. The user manual, you can see the settings of the total station. You can see, uh, uh, how to handle the total station, what are the troubleshootings are there, what care needs to be taken during the transport and all. So these all the things are mentioned in the user manual. I would say that for any questions coming into the mind, or like 80% the solutions, 80% of answers are mentioned in the user manual. You can find out everything in the user manual. Then yes, the simulator. If you want to practice, about the how to work with the total session. What are the settings are there, how to access the application, how to transfer the job or to export the job into ASCII or IDX format. For that, you need the practicing. You don't need the total session. You take the total session outside and do the practicing. We have a simulator. You can do the practicing over the simulator. And suppose your surveyor is stuck at the site, so you can guide him with the help of the simulator. So simulator has a very wide range of benefits. That is also available in the website. So you can go through that website. You can find all these things on the website. This is most important thing. Like we are the hexagon. We are the hexagon. We don't supply only the total session and let it be like that for a entire the lifetime. We do the upgrades, we do the bug fixings. This is all the based upon the feedback and some of the responsive feedbacks from the Indian market and from the surveyor for the end user from our dealer network. We work upon that and we come up with the solution. We come up with some upgrades. So likewise, we in the launch we come up with the 1.0 version of the firmware, and now we are at the 1.6 version of the firmware. So upgradability is possible over there. There are the two upgrades are coming by the end of the March, and these are the two upgrades. Like one, we have in a survey set out try distance reference arc program. Customer is asking for the reference arc and height transfer program. We are coming with that. We are coming with the new these two application program in our next firmware version. Second, the workflow. Like the we are getting the feedback from the customer that the workflow is not like what we are expecting. We need the workflow like this. Like select the job, then we want to select the station, then select the orientation. So they wanted the workflow like this. Yes, we are come up with the workflow like this in the next firmware version. And this is what the beauty of the Hexagon, working with the Hexagon instrument, because we always upgrade and we upgrade on the thoughts of the India feedback and the customer feedback. And these upgradability of the firmware are free of cost. We don't, the existing users who are using our TS01 already, they don't need to pay anything about anything for that. The firmware is upgradable into their total station with the help of USB stick. You can easily access the upload firmware option in the instrument, copy the firmware into the pen drive, and just insert the pen drive and access this main board firmware option. So automatically the new firmware version will be updated into your instrument and your older firmware will be replaced by the new firmware. So you can easily do that at your office, at your site, or anywhere where your instrument is. So you don't need to send the equipment for the firmware upgradation. You can do that at your own. But yes, for the regular servicing, to remove the errors, to remove the glitches and all, you have to send the service. It's good practice that you should send the instrument to the service center. So that is good practice to make the instrument is more to keep the instrument more reliable and to work with the instrument for more than 10 or 15 years. So that is a good practice. So in short, we are coming with the new firmware by end of the March or so, and these are the free for the upgradation. The questions comes into the mind why Leica TS01 is a smart investment. You say it's a low cost equipment, it has uh, where some required applications programs are inbuilt into a total station. So why TS0 is the smart investment? First of all, yes, the speed, because it has the most advanced and most powerful EDM board, and it's supported by all type of measurements. and you can easily use this onboard program like surveys takeout, and you can take your points more faster and most accurate. So to work faster, to work more speedy environment, work under very speedy environment, yes, this is again proof that TS01 is a smart investment. Second proof is that trouble free. When you buy the instruments, you feel that I should not send the equipment to every time for the service center for any kind of problem or so I am looking for the minimum downtime. And when there is a minimum downtime, yes, you can increase the productivity. And yes, the Leica assures and Leica gives you a trouble-free environment and trouble-free workflow by giving you the time-to-time technical support. And also we have a well-established Leica Geo system service and support network, which are spread all over the country, and we have all the service support in Gurgaon, Kolkata, uh, Navi Mumbai, Chennai, Hyderabad. These supports service network will help you out uh, to remove all kinds of error or any kinds of issues that can be sorted out. But point is, the Leica TS01 has a very minimum downtime to increase your the productivity. So yes, I'm looking for the trouble-free environment or trouble-free instrument. Third, yes, I need a durability. The instrument should be durable. It's not only the reliable, it's also should be a durable. It can work under any kind of condition. So when I choose the Leica TH01, I'm looking for it should last for the long. It should work for the longer period of time. Even after years of 10 years or 15 years, I can see that Leica TH01 is still taking the measurements. This possible when you have a good brand, when you have a good service and support network, and also when you should have a good spare available. Leica has, even though we have a TS03, TS06 or 02 launch in 2008 or 9, 8 at the end, we are still giving you these pairs of the TS02 and 06. So after 15 years, the spares of those total station are still available, and we are giving you the best support for this particular series of FlexLine series. Now the TS01, TS01 is launched in 2020, 21, sorry, 2021, and we are supporting the Leica TS01 for the next minimum 15 years. Minimum 15 years. So yes, we are looking for the durability even after the years of the use of the total. Trusted OEM, as I said, if you want to work the total session in a under accurate environment, you should have the OEM accessories which are tested to perform the best. We are tested to give the best result of each and every, because in survey each and every measurement counts. If you measure one point wrongly, then accordingly the rest of the points will added the errors. Suppose you have the station error at the one point or one baseline, this station error will increase. It's a cumulative error. It increase once you shift the station wise and all. So yes, you should have the OEM accessories or the testers accessories which are performed best in the field. So like we have another package, as I mentioned in my last slide, we have a package of the OEM accessories from the trusted OEM. TCO, that is total cost of ownership. As I said, when you buy the instruments, as you look upon the service and support, you find upon the durability, you check upon whether my accessories which are provided are the OEM accessories or not. So will uh, this will becomes your total cost of ownership. That is not only the cost of the instrument, because if you're looking upon the price of the instrument, this is only the price of the instrument. Suppose the price of the instrument is 2 lakhs, and I am quite expensive. But this is not only the instrument price. We have to look upon whether my instrument has a lesser downtime. I don't have to send the instrument service center oftenly. My measurement is so fast. Whether I was getting the 100 measurements in a day with the TH01, I am taking the 200 measurements in a day. So these are the reliability of the instrument, speed of the instrument, durability of the instruments, which ensures the lower investment. And this lower instruments will help you to increase the cost of ownership. So that is what we are targeting. We are not only targeting the price of the instrument, but this you have to take into the account the total cost of ownership. This is possible only because we have the experience of 200 years of in survey, 200 years in measurements, which increase your productivity and site. Now, the final question comes into your mind, obviously, to whom should I contact? Yes, you can contact me. My email ID, my mobile number is mentioned in the slides. For any technical details, for pricing, for our dealers and distribution partners, we can contact to me. I will definitely help you out. I'm happy to help you out to guide you how to get this TS01. And TS01 is basically we are going with the dealers and dealer networks. And if anyone who are who are interested to be the part of the as a dealer or as a part of the distributor network, please feel free to contact me so we can work upon and we can see how can we come how can we work together for this particular equipment. I really thank you. I'm really thankful for your attention. And yes, at the short note, I would say that TH01 empowers you to carry out all kind of measurement tasks with the ease and simplicity. You you can simply rely on the TS01, take the instrument, go to the surveying market, go to the measurement field, take the measurements and get the benefit of it. Thank you so much. And if you have any questions, or you can put it on the chat box. I'm happy to give the answers. And as I said, if you have so much queries, you can drop me an email, and your queries will be attended, and I will send the answers on that particular query. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thanks, Nitin. So we have a few questions, so we'll get started on those. In the meanwhile, if anybody has any more questions, they can drop them in the chat. So Nitin, the first question is, how can somebody obtain the simulator?
For the simulator, yes, you can drop me a mail. I can send you the simulator. The simulator we are trying to upload on the website, or you can have the My World portal. Existing user can have the My World portal. You can create your account on the My World. You can register your existing product TH01, and from that TH01 product, you can download the not only the simulator, you can download the user manual, you can download the quick guide, equipment list, as well as your firmware. So updated firmware is also updated on the your My World account. You have to simply download and install it. Simulator, right now we are working so that it can be uploaded on the My World. And yes, in a few amount of time, this will be uploaded on the My World. If you want it, I can you send me a mail, and I will send the simulator.
Okay, thanks, Nitin. The next question is, how do you define accuracy when you say 1 second or 2 seconds accuracy? How do you define it in millimeter?
It's millimeter is quite, because obviously when there is an angular accuracy is like an angle, and 1 millimeter accuracy is in a distance, or you can say the traversal accuracy is defined in a meter or millimeter or centimeter, and angle accuracy defined in the seconds or gone or milligone kind of. So not a specifically you can say, but when you say the 1 second, the deviation is almost traverse wise deviation is almost 1 mm, or you can say less than 1 mm. But this is not an relatively same term. That's the angular accuracy 1 second is equal to distance accuracy of 1 mm. This is not a similar term because both are the different entities or different parameters of calculating the accuracy. But when you talk about the angular accuracy of the 5 second, you can put the prism, you can mount the prism on the traverse set or the fix the prism, and at 100 meter of distance or kind of, your crosshair should be visible, and take the repeated readings, more than 50 readings every time in a first phase and single phase. So your deviations of angles should be within the limit of that 5 second or that. You should have the 95% of result which are the same angular accuracy or same angular results and the distance results. So based on that, your accuracy will be calculated. Same is applicable in distance also. That distance accuracy is 2 mm. So your distance variation should not go above the 2 mm. 95% distance variation should not go above 2 mm. That's why how you can define the accuracies of the tool.
Okay, so the next question we have is that is TS01 only available for one phase, no option for two phase?
Yes, actually, see, this variant is available in a 5 second variable. When we talk about any, you know, implementing any hardware option, yes, second keyboard is in a hardware option. When we talk about the implementing any hardware option, we have to see, is there a required, is there any need of that hardware? Why you need the second keyboard? Obviously, when you are doing for the traverse, when you are doing the traverse, you need to do the both side or both phase measurement. So for traversing, you always check upon whether you have the instrument of the 1 second of accuracy or the 2 second of accuracy, not a 5 second of accuracy. So for the traversing work, you usually take, or you not a usually, you should have the, or you must have the 1 second of angular accuracy instrument. So like I'll work upon that hardware part also. So for the 5 second, we only have the one side, one phase one measurement, one phase one, sorry, phase one keyboard and display option. This is not available in that there. That is the reason behind it.
Okay, thanks, Nitin. I think the next question we have is a price-related query, so they can reach out to you on the email ID that you
Yes,
mentioned.
absolutely, absolutely.
So somebody wants to know if we can download the data in MS Excel.
Mhm. Yes, you can download in a ASCII format, in a text format, in a text format like in a point ID, east, north, height, code. If you are given the code, those to ASCII format you can download. In the IDX format, you can also download. In the IDX format, you can simply see the the entire workflow or entire workflow of the total station. At what was your station point? What was your backside point? What orientation method you selected? How many points you measured? So these are the IDX format. You can open into the text or in a ASCII format, and you can see the result. So right now, as it is an RTOS based operating system, so only you can export the data in ASCII format, or also you can import the data into the ASCII or text format because of this in RTOS base. It is applicable for the Linux based total session. It is applicable for any DOS based total session. You can export the data directly on the from the total session only in ASCII format or text format.
Thanks, Nitin. The last question we have is that why don't we include DXF data output along with reference arc and height transfer?
Why, sir? Sorry.
Why don't we include DXF data output along with reference arc and height transfer?
Because your operating system is RTOS. As I said, RTOS, DOS, or Linux does not support the TXF formatting. For that purpose, we have TS03, which is above version of the TS01, which has in a formatting of ASCII, DXF, and all. If you talk about the application program, yes, we do not have the as reference arc and height transfer right now. But as I said, we are coming with this the new firmware version by March or before March, we can say. by March, we are coming with the new firmware version of 2.0. And in 2.0, you can have a reference arc and height transfer functionality. And this is applicable with those customer who has an existing total station. They can upgrade their total station with the new firmware, and that is free. And I want to mention one more point over here. For entire lifetime of the TS01, if there are any upgrade, if your instrument is under warranty or if your instrument is under AMCs and all everywhere, or you can upgrade your firmware, or you can upgrade the total station with the new firmware at free. So that is the beauty of the TS01, because we really want that like Indian market, we should take the benefit of this total station. So that is we have kept it only for the India market.
Nitin, we have one more question. Which is the best total station to work with in oil and gas plants in coordination with LiDAR scanners, and what is the accuracy of it?
In coordination with
In coordination with LiDAR scanners.
LiDAR scanner. Uh, See, in a oil gas, in the LiDAR scanner, you can take the measurements with the any kind of total station, because LiDAR scanner has a point cloud data, where in the total station you take the single point measurement data. If you don't want to take the accuracy, your 5 second is good enough. You can use the TS01 also, and also it has a good temperature range of -20 to 60 degrees. So you can take the measurements under this condition. For the more accurate, you can go for the 1 second equipment, which have in the TS07 and TS10 available. Uh, but yes, the point-to-point measurement will be possible with the TS07 or TS10, and even with the TS01. But accuracy will vary. 01 will have the 5 second of accuracy, whether in the TS07 or TS10 you will have the 1 second of accuracy, depending upon the model. So it's all about what the accuracy you want to achieve. But you can work in the TS01 also, you can work, but it has a limited options like survey, stakeout, reference line. Or if you want more and more option, more and more data export optional, like you want to export the data in a DXF format, XML format, or any user defined format. Uh, if you want some other programs, if you want color screen and touch screen, then obviously you have to upgrade your instrument. You have to change your instrument from TS01 to TS10 or TS07. But yes, with the TS01, you can work in any kind of topographical survey or any kind of point measurements, uh, point measurements in oil and gas also.
Thanks, Nitin. Thank you, everyone. This concludes today's webinar. Please join me in thanking Nitin for this informative session. Hope you have noted the email ID displayed on the screen. And in case you need any further information, you can reach out to Nitin at nitin.ghag@hexagon.com. We will also be sharing a recording of this session should you wish to listen back to this webinar. We appreciate your time and hope you have found this webinar to be a valuable experience. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your times. And I'm really looking for more to get the, feedback from you to get the, and I would really happy to share the more and more information of the TS01. Thank you so much.